Get over here!
Alright, I might have to hop over to the next video. These I'm taking from...
Yeah, this is the final episode of Kirby's Epic
19.
Yarn. Let's go nuts.
Yeah, okay. Well, while I look at the other video, though, I found one question I wanted to hit, which is from Jedi Master Pickle 3.
Alright.
Who's your favorite newcomer to Smash Ultimate?
Woo!
Which I was surprised when I was thinking about it. Is something I don't think we ever actually answered.
Yeah, no, we never did. Let's see.
Who's your favorite newcomer, and why is it King K. Rool? Now, if I had to guess your favorite newcomer, I'd say probably Simon.
See, I like Simon overall, but I don't know if I would call him my I don't know if I'd call him my favorite. He has become one of my mains, and like I use him on a regular basis, but I don't know if I call him my favorite newcomer from just a purely objective standpoint. Cause oh my god, King K. Rool is like 10 tons of fun, literally.
For me, it's between Ridley and King K. Rool. They're both characters that I really wanted for a really long time. They're both just done really well. I think my nostalgia factor for the Donkey Kong Country games is so strong that I gotta give it to King K. Rool. And I don't main him, but I just really love that he's here.
Yeah, no, I can totally agree with that.
He does everything I could have ever wished his character could do. It's the same kind of thing with Ridley. Like, I love how they gave Ridley that side special where he drags you on the floor.
Oh, yeah, because that's total Ridley.
That's his thing. That and spitting fireballs and stabbing things with his tail.
Mm-hmm. But if I had to choose my favorite newcomer, quote-unquote, as much as I love King K. Rool, like, I would say he's a close second. I think my favorite newcomer is Ken.
Really?
Yes, because I love how he was introduced. I just love Ken as a character overall. And he's just tons of fun to play in Smash Ultimate. Like, I love the fact that he's a bit faster, and, like, he's definitely less defensive and has a little less kill potential than Ryu, but he's very focused on chain combos. Like, it's kind of funny how Ryu and Ken make you feel like you're playing Street Fighter in Smash Brothers, and that's really cool to me. So yeah, if I had to choose any one of them, I'd probably go with Ken.
It's interesting how Ken is an Echo Fighter, but he's so, like, minutely different that to people who really know the mechanics of the game, the differences with Ken mean everything.
Oh, absolutely, because, like, you want to play someone who gets the big hits in and has a little more defense play, you play Ryu. You want someone who's faster and has a lot more combo potential, you play Ken.
Daisy's not really different, but it's just great to see her.
Yeah.
And she's got...
The thing is, I've always liked playing as Daisy. Or, no, I've always liked playing as Peach, because I really like her playstyle, and she's floaty and whatnot, and she's a lot of fun. But as soon as Daisy was introduced into the game, I'm like, okay, I'm switching over to Daisy.
It puts a preferred personality skin over what's already a character you really like.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Exactly. But yeah, no, King K. Rool's definitely up there. I love Simon Belmont.
I don't like playing Isabelle. I like playing Villager. I like that Isabelle's in the game, but I can't play her.
Neither can I. Like, I never liked Villager. I never liked playing as Villager. But so at the same time, I don't like playing as Isabelle. But I am glad Isabelle's in the game.
I acknowledge that Inkling is really good and really well implemented.
Oh my god, Inkling is ridiculous.
So,
and
yeah, just not for me. But
another character that I actually enjoy playing is Incineroar.
Incineroar is a lot of fun, yeah.
I did not expect I actually didn't expect to like Incineroar as much as I do. I love playing as him.
I really wanted Decidueye.
Me too,
When I saw the first trailer of Incineroar, I was like, okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, this was a good pick. I went into that, like, there were rumors that it would be Incineroar, and I was really grumpy about it, because I was like, no, I want Decidueye, I want a big grass type and archery, but... Yeah, they did a great job with this character.
Oh no, they really did well, including Incineroar, and they made him great. Like, I love the fact that he's like this big wrestler type character. We don't have a lot of those in the game.
Yeah, and just the personality is really nailed down.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I love the fact that like he is total lucha libre.
Yeah.
Type of character. What did I do wrong?
I don't know.
This is gonna be a bit of a challenge. All right. So, yeah.
Well,
my answer to that would be Ken. Close seconds being, King K. Rool and Simon.
I think I gotta say K. Rool and then Ridley.
Oh, Ridley's great, too. Like, I can't get a handle on playing Ridley, but I'm really glad he's in the game.
There aren't any newcomers that I'd say I don't like, though.
Yeah. Like, even Isabel, who I have no interest in playing, I'm glad she's in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so I got... I moved over to episode 20 for your sake when you're editing this together.
Thank you.
This comes from Cartoon Critic. We mentioned in one of our videos watching Mr. Enter. Do you watch any other animation reviewers on YouTube?
Not too many. Gotta restart. No, I don't watch too many cartoon reviewers. But there are a few that I do watch. I watch the Mysterious Mr. Enter every now and then, and I find his videos really cool. I still watch Channel Awesome. Like, I do still watch the Nostalgia Critic and them.
I've stayed subscribed to him.
Yeah.
I pop in every once in a while.
Exactly. Like, if there's a video that like, oh, hey, like, he's talking about this, that really interests me, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in and check it out.
Yeah, I'm past the point where I watch every video of his, but...
Not related, not cartoon review, mind you, but one thing related to cartoons that I definitely watch online is Nerdist, particularly Rob Paulsen's Talking Tunes.
Huh.
I love watching him.
Never watched it.
You've never watched Rob Paulsen's Talking Tunes?
Nope.
I am going to show you that as soon as we're done here, because you are going to love it.
Okay.
It's basically Rob Paulsen. Like, do you know Rob Paulsen, right?
No.
He is the voice of Yakko Warner.
Okay.
In Animaniacs. He was also Carl Weezer. He was also Pinky in Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
But basically he does this thing where he gets together with other what am I doing wrong?
Other, like, voice actors?
He gets together with other voice actors, and they basically talk in their cartoon voices, but they, like, recite, scripts from, like, popular media and stuff like that. One of my favorites is when he is with, Maurice LaMarche, who was the brain, and they did, a scene from Hannibal Lecter.
Huh.
It's really cool.
So you know you're supposed to be killing enemies, right? Not necessarily collecting beads.
Yes.
Okay. I have the one really big animation reviewer I watch is Rebel Taxi.
Oh yes, I remember you watching. I remember you showing me Rebel Taxi.
That's one where I'll watch pretty much every video he puts out.
Oh, you know what? If I get hit, the timer goes down. That's why I'm messing up.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a little too aggressive. Okay, good to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rebel Taxi, I think he's really funny. I think he has interesting things to say. That's the one that I'm subscribed to that I will watch regularly. I'm not subscribed to them, but Allie, my fiance, will every once in a while watch a bunch of different ones, and the only ones that I recognize that she watches a lot that like I know I like a lot is there's a guy named Slice of Otaku who does a lot of Steven Universe stuff, and there's
I think Amber showed me him
yeah,
a few videos of his.
he seems like a chill guy, and I can't think of what his name is. It's something Universe, likely named after Steven Universe, but I can't think it. I'll also sometimes watch the things on a channel Frederator where they talk about other cartoons, where they talk about like either theories or histories or 107 facts. But my main one is Pan Pizza on Rebel Taxi channel.
Okay. Another one that I actually do watch also is Lou Tunes.
Okay.
He's really cool in my opinion. Oh no, I got hit. Okay, this one's hard. I also really like Lou Tunes. I actually got in contact with him a couple of times, and we were thinking of doing something together, but we never got around to it. But he's also really cool. And of course I watch Josh Scorcher and his FOB Equestria stuff. If only because I like his perspective on the My Little Pony shows, to be honest. Like, I actually really like the way he does it. Aside from that, no, can't really say I watch too many cartoon guys. Or, like, cartoon reviewers or anything like that. Again, if I find something interesting, then I'll watch it, but not from any one person in particular. Except for Mr. Enter and Lutoons in particular. And Nerdist because, you know, talking to Rob Paulson.
Oh yeah, and I also do watch Mr. Enter sometimes. I'm subscribed to him, and if it's a topic that I'm interested in, I'll watch it.
I particularly like when he talks about SpongeBob because, like, I remember loving SpongeBob and then just, like, seeing how far SpongeBob has come to the point where it's kind of become a joke. It's honestly kind of depressing, but at the same time, like, it's interesting to talk about.
So I got another question here.
All right.
This one comes from... Oh, wait. Okay, this one comes from Motormouse V2.
All right.
Thoughts about Persona 5's Joker in Smash Brothers?
Love it.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
I'm pretty happy. It kind of blew my mind.
It blew a lot of people's mind, dude. Like, have you seen the reactions of people online?
I'm so excited for what the other four are gonna be.
Oh my god,
if
like
they're
I really
coming out of the gate with Joker.
Yeah, because like that's huge, dude. Like, no one expected Smash Brothers to go into Persona of all things. Like, I think Joker's a great addition. Like, I cannot wait to see his moveset. I cannot wait to see how he plays. I cannot wait to have Persona 5 music in Smash Brothers and see if they're going to do any remixes or something like that, because that's awesome!
Yeah, because we're also supposed to get a stage, so I guess we're going to get some kind of, like, metaverse stage.
I'm assuming either it's going to be, Mementos or the Casino. That's what I'm predicting.
Yeah.
I love this music, by the way. Alright, so, but yeah, really excited for Joker, cannot wait to see him.
I don't have a lot to say except that I'm just really excited, and that I hope, besides music and a stage, like, updates of Smash Brothers maybe also include, like, things like spirits and things like that. I just kind of, I really like the whole spirits thing, and I'd like to keep seeing more of them, because I've collected all, 1,303 that are out right now. And I want
Okay, I should
more.
be able to do this.
This kill all enemies thing.
If I can just get out of here. There we go. That bumper was giving me issues.
Yeah.
But there we go.
The big pulse helps.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. Next question. Also, but before we do, actually, I also love the fact that we have someone not using a sword. Like, I'm actually excited to see someone who's using, like, knives.
Yeah.
Or like a dagger. I know
a really big knife.
Yeah.
It almost might as well be a sword.
I mean, it's a mangouche, but yeah. All right, next question. Wow. How many do you have, Zeke? Or not Zeke, Buster.
This one comes from Bruno Rodriguez Jasp. Might be Jasper and the R is cut off. I'm not sure. In your opinion, what's the worst game you've ever played?
Oh gosh.
Worst you've ever played.
The worst game I've ever played.
I know you've played some really bad games, like, out of pure curiosity, so yours might be worse than mine.
I gotta think about that one.
Yeah, that's rough for me, too. I'm not... Because I'm trying to
Because, like, I played Sonic 06, and I played Sonic Boom, and they're up there as some of the most terrible games I've ever played. Of the two, I'd pick Sonic Boom, because, you know... But, I don't know if that's the worst game I've ever played. I played the... I remember playing... As a kid, I liked playing, the original... Or like, the Game Boy, or the Game Boy Color version of Home Alone, and that was terrible.
I had the,
but it was
Nintendo version of that.
But it was the only game I had at the time, besides, like, Super Mario Land, and I was a dumb kid who didn't really, like, take into consideration just how terrible these games were.
I don't know if it's the absolute worst, but I can think of some bad ones that are actually in my collection.
Alright.
The Jungle Book for Super Nintendo is a really bad game.
Yeah.
There was a time where there were some actually pretty decent Disney games in the 16-bit era.
Oh, yeah.
The Jungle Book is not one of them.
Yeah. Like, DuckTales is great.
Yeah, like, there were two versions of Aladdin that were really great. The Lion King is actually surprisingly good. Yeah, no, not the Jungle Book. It's a lot of cheap deaths, stiff movement. Trying to think what else. I do have Dick Tracy for NES.
Oh, gosh.
I also have Back to the Future for NES, which is, you know, not a good game, but it is not that offensive, you know? Whew, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, that's a big category.
Yeah. If I had to pick, like, off the top of my head, like, what I can think of... Huh. I'm almost embarrassed to admit this. But... I think possibly the worst game I've ever played, at least in my opinion, is Leisure Suit Larry.
Okay.
I actually played that game, and I did not like it at all.
Do you know which one? Because there was...
I think it was, like, for the NES or something.
Okay. It was like a 2D pixely one?
Yeah.
There are people who kind of like those because of the adventure game, like, puzzles of it. And there are other people who like it for different reasons.
Different reasons. Aptly put.
I know there's one of the 3D ones, though, is also, like, not only is it uncomfortable, but it's just a bad game. It's like the one where he's in Hollywood or something.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure, though, like...
I know you've played Superman 64, because we talked about it.
I have played Superman 64,
and
yes.
Bubsy 3D.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I might go with that one. I completely forgot about Bubsy.
I can't say I've actually played Bubsy 3D.
Yeah, no, Bubsy 3D was terrible. I hated everything about it. You know what? And yeah, I'm gonna go with Bubsy 3D, because, goodness gracious, that game was just horrible.
Another one I'd want to throw in there, it probably doesn't reach anywhere near, like, worst games of all time, but I have a Fantastic Four for GameCube.
Uh-huh.
And that's another one where it's got, like, a co-op mode, and it's just a really joyless, like, hack and slash experience. And it looks really bad.
Right.
There's a lot of just, like, weird games like that have ended up in my collection because, like, maybe I got it for Christmas from a relative who was like, oh yeah, he likes Fantastic Four. This game has to be good, because it's that.
Right.
Because why would a video game based on something good ever be bad? Alright, let me pull up another question here.
Yep. Whew! We're getting a lot done today.
This one comes from Clockru the Primordial, who obviously is a fan of Crash because of the name and the question, which is, what was your reaction to the Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled reveal trailer?
I am excited! I loved Crash Nitro Kart when I was a kid, dude. I love that game.
I was thinking it was only a matter of time before they remade it.
Yeah, and it looks great.
It looks good.
Like, I love what they're doing with it. It looks really fun. It looks
the same
fast.
love and care that was put into the N.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fast-paced. It looks like it's the same chaotic race car fun that I've always loved as a kid when I played Crash Nitro Kart. It's a great game. So yes, I'm very excited about it. And am I gonna get it? Absolutely. But yeah, that's basically my answer to that.
This question comes from Drawboy66, who asks, who is your favorite NPC from Skies of Arcadia?
Huh.
Now, by NPC, do you mean literally anybody who's not in the party? Because that's a really big question.
Yeah.
But if we're talking, like, townsfolk and stuff like that, like, out of the crew members, for me, it's Tika Tika, the archer.
Yeah.
Who stands on one foot and does little chicken arms.
If we're talking crew members, like specifically crew members, I honestly gotta go with Moegi.
Aw, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, like, I like Moegi. Like, she's...
And you really like Enrique, too. So,
oh, I love Enrique, yeah.
So you would really like somebody who makes Enrique happy.
Absolutely. And I love the dynamic with Moegi. Like, I love the fact that she's, like, you know, a princess that is expected to do this and do that. Like, she's expected to follow tradition, and yet, like, she still kind of, like, breaks conventions in order to do what she thinks is right. I really like Moegi a lot. If we're talking NPC, like, just, like, a character that you do not play in the party at all, I gotta go with Pia Stahl.
Yeah, another one I would pick for just, like, somebody that you never fight, that never, like, becomes a crew member or a boss or anything, is Clara.
Oh, yeah, Clara's...
As, like, a character that never really gets the spotlight, but is just a great character.
Yeah, no, Clara's really fun, too. I also really like, Beleza, to be honest, like, from the Villains arc.
Yeah,
but,
out of the Generals.
But if I had to pick, out of all of those... Like, out of everyone that we've been introduced in that game, which there's a ton, that is an NPC that, like, you know, the heroes, villains, or whatever, I'd probably go with Moegi.
Okay.
Because, like, again, I like her plea, I like her character, she's sweet, she's a cool crew member, and she was the source of a lot of really cool moments with Enrique, and I like that.
That is an interesting choice.
Who did you expect?
I don't know who I expected, but not that. I mean, I could have guessed Belena for you.
Or Beleza.
Or Beleza, yeah.
I mean, Belena is
her
the
alter ego.
Yep.
Sorry, I've been working on... I may or may not be doing a recap video because it's been so long since we played Skies of Arcadia. It's gonna be a little while still before...
Yeah, because we kind of got caught in like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's not because we don't want to finish it. It's because we've had some technical problems that for the time being we haven't been able to record it.
Yeah.
But that should be amended eventually. It's just something we're gonna have to wait on.
Yeah, but yeah, like if we're talking a character in Skies of Arcadia that like has no bearing on like combat or anything, it would be Moegi. Otherwise, if we're talking a character that just you don't play as, it would be Pia Stahl.
Okay.
Because Pia Stahl overall is a very interesting character.
Yeah, I like her a lot, and yeah, it's weird for me to think that she wasn't in the original version of the game because she feels so essential to me.
Yeah, especially after you find out that she was involved with.
Yeah, how she kind of ties in a little bit, to, like she's crossed paths with Vise before. And yeah,
and like things. She's the reason behind him having that scar, and
yeah.
Suddenly it's like, oh,
yeah, she gave
that's
him that
a
scar.
Thing. Interesting. Like we actually got some context on that in a remake. Huh? Wasn't expecting that.
I have a question here from the Dazzling Shell 101 again.
All right.
Who is asking, what do you think about the bosses in Smash Ultimate?
I wish we had more.
I wish we had more too, but I was pleased and surprised by some of them.
I really do wish we had more of them because like I find them really, really fun to fight against. Even spoiler alert for World of Light, just gonna say right now in 3, 2, 1. The battle between Darkon and Galeem. Holy crap, dude!
That's a really good fight.
It's a really amazing fight. Like, it's actually really cool that like you're fighting both of them at the same time.
It was a good
challenge. But they're contending against each other.
Yeah.
Like that's really sick.
Yeah, I think people haven't been giving that enough credit.
I agree. Like
I know World of Light isn't everybody's cup of tea. It's a little repetitive.
Honestly, World of Light, in my opinion, was really lackluster. Like there was a lot of potential that they could have had in there that unfortunately was not met. You know how a lot of people, like, really got excited that, I'm gonna go with Mara now. You know how people were really excited with the trailer?
Yeah.
That to World of Light? People weren't excited because we got an adventure mode. People got excited because we were seeing these characters from different worlds and different games interacting with each other suddenly.
Yeah, I wanted more cutscenes.
Like, we wanted more of that. Like, this is why a lot of people prefer, like, a lot of people I talked to actually preferred Subspace Emissary because it was really interesting seeing these characters actually interacting with each other. Like, seeing Fox and Sheik trade blows with each other and then suddenly Peach, like, offers them a cup of tea so everyone can just calm the heck down. That's fun!
So I just
like, we wanted to see more of those.
Because I've always liked Subspace Emissary, actually. Like, and again, the gameplay-wise, it's not the most amazing thing, but the cutscenes were great.
Yeah, exactly.
I always thought it was really great and worth having. but I heard pretty much nothing but negative criticism about it until Smash Ultimate came out. And then suddenly everybody's like, why wasn't it like Smash Brawl? Smash Brawl was the best one. And that's just how it goes sometimes. But you're right.
Yeah, and like
Subspace Emissary was really great.
Like, I think like if we had cutscenes like we did, like I think the adventure mode that everyone wants is if we had cutscenes like we did in Subspace Emissary, but the adventure progression was like that of Melee's.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have liked more of those kinds of like levels you can run through and stuff.
Yeah, like more levels you can run through, more situations where, oh, hey, like you gotta go to this stage to fight these guys, because like all of a sudden like you're in Corneria and you see Falco, Slippy Toad, and Peppy Hare coming in and like firing at you. That would be cool, you know?
This was the most bosses we've ever had in a game, though, I think. I guess Brawl maybe had
Brawl probably had more, but I was really...
But I don't think they were as good as the bosses in this one.
I agree. I think they definitely did really well with the bosses in this game in particular because, I don't know, like they handled them really well, and they brought in what made the bosses in the originals great in the first place. Like I love the fact that you can stun Rathalos with pitfalls and the
Deku Nuts.
And the Deku Nuts, basically the flash grenades and the pitfall traps from Monster Hunter. That's cool. Like, it's details like that that make us smile when you see like references like that.
Marks was the only boss that I completely 100% did not know about when I got to him. So my like jaw dropped when I saw I had to fight Marks. He is like move for move the same boss as in Kirby Superstar.
Absolutely. Like he has the giant FU laser. He has the
He cuts himself in half
and does like the black hole thing. He has the cutters, the beam cutters like that. He spreads in 4 directions.
And those weird vines.
I love the fact that Giga Bowser is now this giant hulking menace that you have to kind of like play hit and run tactics with, because one hit from him can send you reeling. If I had to choose my favorite boss fight from Smash Bros. Ultimate, I have to go with Dracula.
I would agree,
They did everything right with Dracula's boss fight.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that his head is the only part vulnerable of his, like, at the beginning. He has his spells, he has his dark orbs, the fire and everything. He has the mist and the bat forms.
And that's not even his final form.
Exactly. They did everything right with Dracula, and I love fighting him every single time.
He throws the wine glass. They show him throw the wine glass.
Yes! It's like, it's that kind of thing that we want to see more of in Smash Brothers. It's like these interactions like that basically say, hey, you remember this from the original game? It's cool, right? Here you go, have some. It's like, what would have made it all the better is if he just like had a single voice line, like just saying "have at you."
Yeah.
That would have made everything come together.
Ganon was really cool, though.
Oh, I forgot about Ganon. Yeah.
To me, he's probably one of the more annoying ones to fight, because I hate trying to get behind him.
Mm-hmm.
There's some characters that fight is just so hard with.
Yeah, because like you gotta.
They don't have a good way to jump over him.
Yeah, like honestly, actually, like the first time I ever did 9.9 on classic mode was with Zelda, because Zelda fights Ganon at the end, and it's really easy to get behind Ganon with Faror's Wind, and it's really easy to hit behind him with Din's Fire.
Yeah,
like. Ironically, Zelda is more equipped to fight Ganon than Link is.
Yeah, the first time I fought him was with Link, and I was just kind of like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and then you fight him with Zelda, and it's like, oh, wait, Zelda has a teleport. Zelda has a projectile that goes through everything. Ganon's really easy with her.
I have the Master Sword. It's the sword of your bane.
But no, if I had to pick my favorite boss from Ultimate, it would definitely be... It would definitely be, what's it called? Dracula's. Sorry, I had to close the door here.
Well, okay, follow-up question to that.
Alright.
If you had to pick... Sorry, door closing sound.
There you go, go ahead. Yeah, no, people will understand there are people talking in the background. We don't want that noise.
If you had to add any boss character for Smash Brothers, what new boss would you make?
Ooh, interesting.
Or if there's more than one, but I know what my first one would be.
All right, I'm listening.
It would be Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have. I'm surprised we don't have Eggman as a boss fight. Like, how awesome would it be if we got to fight the Egg Robo?
Yeah.
Or like the Death Egg.
And considering that he's not already like in the game somewhere else, like I appreciate that we have. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name, but Mumcar, Skullface,
Metalface.
That like we have Metalface as like a stage boss in Guar Plains, and we have the Yellow Devil in Dr. Wily's castle, and there's a lot of assist trophies that act sort of like mini boss enemies, like Dr. Wily and the Wily capsule.
Yeah, I actually, like, that's actually one of the things I was talking about when I was talking about, like, possibly having Amy Rose in the game. Like, have a stage where, like, Dr. Eggman is the hazard.
Yeah, he would also just make a good stage hazard.
Yeah, like, have him, like, imagine if the stage was, like, the Death Egg.
Yeah.
And, like, behind him, he was, like, trying to, like, slash at the stage with the Egg Robo. Like, that would be really sick.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose a boss fight that I would really like from a different series or something like that, I forget his name, but the dragon enemy from Shadow Dragon.
Garneth?
Not Garneth. Is Garneth the dragon?
Shoot. Shoot, I should know this.
No, like...
Medius?
I think it's Medius, yeah. I don't remember, but imagine, like... I know we have a dragon in Rathalos, but imagine having, like, a Fire Emblem type dragon.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But if we're gonna go with someone non-dragon... Ah! Sorry, focusing suddenly.
Speaking of dragons, dinosaurs are kind of like dragons. Yeah, it's Medius. Or Medius, or...
Medius. Yeah, I would like to see Medius, to be honest.
That could be cool.
I'm also honestly surprised that the Black Knight is an assist trophy and not a boss.
He makes a good assist trophy, though.
He does make a good assist trophy. But, shying away from Fire Emblem, if I had to choose, like, another...
If they wanted a Pikmin one, Emperor Bullblacks would be good.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
If they wanted... I'm just, like, trying to think of other series that could have one at this point. If they wanted a Yoshi one, they could have a giant Baby Bowser fight.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, you know what would be awesome?
With the stage music and the rocking guitar and everything.
You know what would have been awesome? I know you and I were talking about, like, why, Square Enix is being stingy with the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, not enough Final Fantasy representation.
Yeah, but that's because Square Enix is being stingy with their properties for some reason, and I don't understand why, but they do them. But imagine Kefka Palazzo as a boss, dude.
Yeah, or even Sephiroth would be cool.
Or even Sephiroth, yeah, like the one-winged angel version of Sephiroth, or like the god form of Kefka.
Yeah.
That would be amazing!
That would be a fun one, like, being on a platform that slowly raises up next to, like, all of Kefka's weird tower enemy things.
But yeah, that would be where I would go with it.
Sorry, that was a little,
That was loaded.
that was a detour I decided to take from that
No,
question.
that's fine, dude. We are answering a lot of questions here, but again, this is a long episode. We're getting close to the end here. I think Mara's all that's left, and then we'll have 100% of the game.
Okay. This one comes from New Age Retro Player 4.
All right.
To both of you, what would you want as a new copy ability in a Kirby game?
Interesting.
So I need to, like, think of a concept that hasn't been done yet, I guess. Because we've seen, like, most of the major things. The first thing I thought of, for some reason, is, like, an earthquake Kirby. But I don't know, I think I could do better.
Yeah. Well, one copy ability I would like to see, like, be brought back in a different way. Like, this isn't, like, the answer to the question, mind you. Oh, snap. I need the duck, don't I? Alright, one copy ability I would like to see come back, but in a different way, is Ghost Kirby.
Ghost Kirby was cool.
Yeah, like, I'd like to see them bring back Ghost Kirby in some way. Like, instead of just having him possess, enemies, like, keep the possession thing, but also give him, like, different things, like maybe ectoplasmic shots, or, like, you know, being able to walk through certain obstacles, things like that, you know what I mean?
So, like, make it into more of a, like, full in-the-main-game ability rather than an extra.
Exactly. Aside from that, if I had to pick a new, Kirby, this would kind of harken back to how things were in Robobot, but I'm surprised we don't have a Machine Kirby yet.
Huh.
Like, I would actually like to see Kirby, take in, like, a robot of some kind, and become, like, a Machine Kirby.
Okay.
Like, have him, like, be able to, like, shoot missiles on his own. Like, he would open his mouth and fire a big missile. He could fire, like, laser beams similar to, like, Laser Kirby. Things like that. I would like to see a Machine Kirby or a Robot Kirby.
That sounds like it could be cool.
I think it would be sick. I also thought maybe Acid Kirby would be interesting. Like, not quite poison, but acid.
Huh. Okay.
If only because, like,
it reminds me a lot of Poison. Like, I feel like it would be functionally very similar.
It probably would be, but that's all. Like, I kind of thought of like one of the things I actually kind of like one of the ways I kind of think about that is like I think about Mega Man bosses, like Mega Man Robot Masters. Can this Robot Master make a good Kirby copy ability?
Oh, okay.
And I was like looking back, and I was like, I remember Acid Man was really interesting, and I was like, would Kirby do something with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking through Pokemon types, and if there's like a type.
Oh yeah, that's also a good way to look at it.
Because we don't really have like a Dragon Kirby, but I don't know how that would work.
Meanwhile, Costa's trying to hijack my Let's Plays again.
COSTA Kirby. With cat powers.
That'd actually be interesting. Like, I remember...
Cat Kirby.
I remember in Squeak Squad, we had Beast Kirby.
Oh yeah, Animal Kirby was
Animal Kirby, yeah.
That's a really good ability. That's one I want back.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
Yes, hello, Costa.
Aw, dang it. He blocked my shot!
Okay, I have one, but I don't know what to call it yet.
Uh-huh.
But it would come off a little bit from, like, how he looks in the one minigame.
Sorry.
Sorry, we were...
It was getting a little distracting.
We were moving a cat.
Go ahead.
Okay. Lumberjack Kirby.
How about just Axe Kirby?
No, because he would have an axe, and then he would be able to, like, conjure, like circular saws and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And, like, pull out, like, big logs and, like, smash things with them. Like, he would have...
Oh, like,
Like, think less like Spear or Sword Kirby and closer to like how like Dr. Kirby or
like the minigame from Kirby Star Allies.
Yeah, that's probably what he would look like. Like that would be his hat.
Okay. But I can imagine they can get away with that look with Axe Kirby or something like that. But yeah, like Lumberjack Kirby, maybe like
or just Lumber Kirby.
Woodcutter Kirby?
Yeah.
I don't know. They've had longer names.
Yeah, so axe.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think Kirby's ever actually utilized an axe before.
King DDD did once in Triple Deluxe.
That's true.
But yeah, hatchets, circular saws, log flumes, that kind of stuff. This is a very friendly cat I have right here.
No, Costa is a glutton for attention.
Are you a glutton for attention?
Oh snap. What else? Nah, I'd say I would like to see a Machine Kirby, and you would say like a
yeah,
like,
some kind of woodworker Kirby.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can totally get behind that.
For now, I'm calling him Lumber Kirby.
Lumber Kirby?
Yeah.
All right.
This question comes from the Dark Seraph.
All right.
What are your thoughts on Telltale going under?
It's sad, honestly, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day.
It's sad, but it's their own fault. Sorry, guys.
It is. It really is, unfortunately. Like, things were said, things were done, and unfortunately, things got complicated to the point where they kind of paid for it. Unfortunately, I'm not saying I'm not saying they deserved it, but at the same time, it's like
they were kind of doing a quantity of games over quality of games, and I still like a lot of their games, but like they could have been better.
Wow. I messed up on there. Yeah, no, I am sad about it. It also means that The Wolf Among Us 2 is not gonna happen, and I'm really upset about that.
Apparently, then they said, like, they're getting the team back together or something to finish The Walking Dead Season 3.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I have trouble being happy about that because so many people got laid off and they're not, like, getting their jobs back to make this game, so... So, like, what exactly am I celebrating? But... Yeah, this is just, like, a way-of-the-world thing. They couldn't... Honestly, they just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it sucks, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, it's like, you know, take things as they may. It happened.
I feel like they just cut a lot of corners.
Yeah, I'm upset about it, certainly.
And I'm not...
but...
I'm no expert about, like, running a game company. I, like... Take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't really know what I'm talking about at all, but I'm sad because I like what I believe their games could be, but they're not doing it. So yeah, it's not like the great tragedy that I think some people are making it out to. It's not tragic. It's business.
Yeah, that's basically the long and short of it, unfortunately. All right, next question.
I gotta find another question then.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more we're gonna have here because, like, we're getting towards the end here. We're almost done with Mara. We did everyone else at this point.
Victorino asks, what are your thoughts on farm games like Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley?
Not my cup of tea, to be honest. Like, I like Stardew Valley, mind you, but I only like Stardew Valley because of what I've seen of it, not because of what I myself have experienced, like, on a personal level.
Victor, I love Stardew Valley.
You love Stardew Valley. So does Allie.
Yeah, Allie loves it even more than I do. But that is a great game.
It is. No, like I will openly admit to those games being fantastic. They're just not for me personally because I don't know. Like I get bored with those games like a lot of the time. And that's not a fault on the game, mind you. It's just how I am as a gamer. Like, I like a little more action in my games, you know? That kind of thing.
I could see you getting really into the characters of it, though.
Oh, no, I've gotten into the characters easily.
And getting married.
I
could see you nerding out about whoever you were going to marry.
I kind of already determined who I would. Oh! Very close.
Who was your pick, Abigail?
Yes.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, I think she's really cool. But, yeah, like, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, I acknowledge the games, I've played them at least a little bit, but they're not games I'm necessarily going to get all too excited about because, I was answering a bunch of questions on Twitter, right? And one of the games I mentioned that I just never really got into was Minecraft.
Yeah.
And, another one of the questions, like, kind of followed up on that, it's like, what is your favorite video game genre? And at the end of the day, like, I realized that, like, I really, really like action-adventure overall. Like, Legend of Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, and things like that. But a lot of the games that I like, that I've come to realize that I like, fall under the Metroidvania category.
I think you have trouble with games that don't have, like, a credits roll at some point.
Yes. I completely agree.
Like, you need to have an end that you're striving towards. Unless it's a fighting game.
Yeah, I mean, even fighting games have credits, like, you know, at the end, but at the same time, there is a goal to fighting games, and the goal is basically, I'm getting better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are exceptions, obviously. Like, I love the heck out of, like, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I love Animal Crossing. There haven't been any other farming games that I've really liked to the same level as Stardew Valley. I think it's kind of the pinnacle of that kind of game. And it takes a lot of inspiration from the old Harvest Moon games, and I think perfects it.
Yeah, no,
And
I can totally agree with that.
And if you've played any of the more recent games under the Harvest Moon title, they suck.
Kind of, unfortunately.
So, something happened with Natsumi that they, like, some other team got the rights to the name of Harvest Moon. So now they're being made by different people, and they're not very good.
I see.